Hi guys, I'm Shmi and I'm back in England. I had an amazing trip to Sweden to check out the Koenigsegg Regera and get shown around the Koenigsegg factory by Christian von Koenigsegg himself. So if you haven't checked out those two videos, the previous two videos on the Shmi 150 channel, head over there and have a look, because that was an amazing visit. Even though it was snowing, we still took the car out. But like I said, I'm back here now and I've just driven up in the 675 LT, using it for anything I can at the moment, to Birmingham, to the NEC, the National Exhibition Centre for Autosport International, the performance car show, an annual sort of motor racing themed event that takes place here at the exhibition centre. So I'm going to head on inside because I've heard there are some pretty cool things in there. My Porsche Cayman GT4 is actually up here on the Car Throttle stand, so I'm going to be able to head in and see that on the stand, even though I wasn't in the country when it came here, which is very, very surreal. But there are some pretty cool things, like there's a Mclaren P1 GTR in there, there's the Ford GT race car, and a lot more to see. So I'm looking forward to getting inside and checking it all out. So it's a late start because obviously I've just flown back from Sweden, but I'm here now, going to have a look this afternoon, and I'll come back again tomorrow, where I'll also be hosting a meeting here as well. All wrapped up in one video. Let's head inside. I've come straight in and over to the Car Throttle stand then to see my car, which looks like it's been nicely looked after. John, the man from Car Throttle here, has been in charge, trusted him at the wheel of it, and seems to have done all right. We're going to be doing the meetup here tomorrow, around here. We'll have lots of people, I'm sure. But you can see around the show, there's an awful lot to go and see, so I'm going to check out some things in here today, and then of course come back again tomorrow morning as well. I've only got a couple of hours this afternoon, so I'm going to run around, catch up with a few people while I'm here, and see what highlights we can find. Here we go, this hasn't taken long at all. The McLaren P1 GTR on the Evo stand here, the Evo magazine stand. Now this is the car that they launched at Geneva last year, the original show car of the P1 GTR, the yellow and green livery, and what a special car this thing is. It's just the epitome of like badass. It's awesome. So cool. I still haven't yet filmed the P1 GTR in major action out on a track, so I'm hoping that will happen one day. It's just awesome to be able to see these things at a show like this. Just look at how low, sort of menacing and ridiculous this rear end of this car is. So cool. We've got another GTR as well, and this one's interesting because it was at McLaren Manchester when I did the meeting there as part of my tour. We tour driving the Bentley around Wales and up to the Bentley factory, and then stopping off at McLaren Manchester for a meet-up. So my 675 LT has been parked alongside this at one point before, which is really quite cool. On the Gibson Motorsport stand here. UK-owned P1 GTR. Two pretty special cars here to look at. The first is this one, Porsche's number 19 LMP1 car, and the winner of this year's Le Mans 24 Hours, where I was out there with Corvette Racing, who were taking part in the GTE Pro category, but this was overall winner of this year's event. And look how battered and bruised it is straight from the race. We haven't done any repair works or anything to it. It's filthy. You can see the grille at the front just absolutely destroyed to bits, and then the paintwork behind the arches is kind of completely knackered. That's so fun seeing sort of, well, a winning car here. And next to that is this one, the Ford GT race car. This is going to be taking part in the GTE Pro category in the 2016 Le Mans, obviously ahead of the introduction of the road car, entered by Chip Ganassi Racing, and they released the lineup a few days ago. And I think we might be back here tomorrow to see some of the drivers getting sort of announced and doing an intro piece here. But this thing is so cool. I was at Le Mans this year, of course, as I just said, and that was where they unveiled this. So I went to the unveiling, and that was pretty special. But being able to see it again is very exciting, and I can't wait to see the road car versions out and about with the new Ford GT. It's just such an incredibly cool machine. Look at that diffuser and everything going on around the back there. Absolutely epic. What a car. Taking a look now at the Porsche GT4 Club Sport, of course, the racing car version of my GT4. Now, when this car actually came out, everyone was like, are you going to change your GT4 for a Club Sport? And if I just show you the inside, you can probably tell why that would be a bad idea. This thing is not exactly going to help me on the road and road trips and driving and stuff, but I bet it is quite an animal and a lot of fun out on the racetrack. Very similar in looks to the road car. And who doesn't like seeing the Jaguar Cx 75, the baddie car in James Bond Spectre? Just looks awesome. I still remember when they first unveiled this, because it was one of my very, very early videos at the Paris Motor Show, I think 2010, when they first introduced the Cx 75 with the turbine engines and all the sort of fancy stuff that hasn't come through into a road car. But this thing is pretty mega, and this is clearly one of the stunt cars from the film. Look, you can see it's got the sort of hydraulic handbrake here and all sorts of cut-offs and kill switches and things. So it's probably used for bits of filming. It wouldn't be a motorsport event without the Formula One cars. We've got the Team Mercedes, the Williams, the Scuderia, the Toro Rosso and the Red Bull, and then we've got the McLaren Honda and Lotus over towards the back. Somebody actually mentioned to me the other day how quickly does one of these cars get to from 0 to 100 and back, and it was some mental figure. It's like 0 to 100 miles per hour and back to 0 to like 4 seconds or something silly. Probably got that wrong, but these things are just mega how powerful they are. They weigh nothing. It's all the aero and just design and work that goes into them, and massive budgets. But obviously, big highlight at any motorsport event, having not one, but 7 Formula One cars. We've got some pretty special cars on the Autocar stand. The Ferrari 488 GTB, new Mazda MX-5. We've got the new BMW M4 GTS Coupe here. First time I've actually seen the M4 GTS. Of course, they're more focused, die-hard special version of the M4 with wing gold wheels and a satin black paint on this car. Then over here we have the bonkers Aston Martin Vulcan, looking as spectacular as ever. Massive wing, the sort of track-only special car. I'm really looking forward to filming one of these, because with the V12 you can bet it sounds insane. We've got a Honda Civic Type R and a P1 standard, but there's so many cars here. It's a very cool show. Let's roll then with day 2 at Autosport International, the performance car show, and it's pretty busy here today. It's the public day, Saturday, it's the weekend, so there are a lot of people around. We're back at the Car Throttle stand, where there are no shortage of different people around, taking a look at the Car Throttle project car, which is having a turbo fitted live right here in the MX-5. So pretty exciting stuff going on there. Just on the other side here is Liberty Walk, well, the performance company, the UK distributors of LB Performance Liberty Walk kits, and the GTR here on Eric suspension is looking pretty cool. I'm going to try today and head around the show a little bit, but like I said, it's pretty busy around, so it might be quite hard to actually point my camera at that much, but I'll do the best I can. Always a quick stop by Noble, where we have 2 lovely M600s that were set up with a race livery, which looks pretty cool. This one in dark red carbon looks very nice. Opposite Noble we have Xenos. Now, I drove the Xenos E10S when I was in the Netherlands recently, Van der Kooi Sports Cars, and here we have the E10R. Now, I had a lot of fun driving the Xenos, not gonna lie, so that's a video worth checking out. Actually, if you haven't seen it, it was one of these that I drove. Just a lot of fun, manual gearbox, more than enough power, obviously very little weight, just awesome times all round really. Really enjoyed that one. And another GT4, they do look good in yellow. That was like the launch communications colour. They are popping up thick and fast around the UK at the moment. Big demand for the GT4s. And I can tell you from driving mine, I am not even remotely surprised. Let me do my best just to quickly give you an overview of what it's like walking around here, because today is absolutely jam-packed. You've got the sort of mix of the race cars and race teams, people who bring their cars like this Aston with a gigantuan rear wing on the back of it. Here then, if I go just over to the other side, you've got Keating Supercars with their car. It's like hidden behind the crowd here. Try and swing around and see that. And they've appeared at Top Marks a couple of times with all sorts of different cars. And I'll just wander past. It's kind of like a trade show kind of thing, so you've got lots of different sort of products on sale, different things, people who come from sort of different track day events, venues, hosting, that kind of stuff. We're back by the P1 GTR here. You can just about see through that crowd. I'll keep trying to swing through here. A little bit challenging, so people absolutely everywhere. Some gloves and things. We've got some GBS sports cars. Yeah, this is going to take me a while to get through. Unclip and roll again. And we're coming through. What else do we have here? Hands devices, racing harnesses, cars, engines, bits and bobs, steering wheels, seats, Cobra seats in there, clothing. Nicely done. Yeah, Praga with their new car. Wow, goodness me, this is heaving today. Absolutely heaving. It's an interesting thing. I bet that is a lot of fun to throw around the track. I think it's pretty mental, pretty awesome. And then we have the Historic Sports Car Club 50th anniversary. Got some interesting stuff here. Quick peek around. So yeah, this is a good gist of what goes on here. We've got the Audi e-tron Quattro Le Mans car squeezed in there. Then I'm going to keep going around, so I'm just going to pop via a friend of mine's stand. He doesn't know that I'm going to point the camera at him. It's Ian, who runs Pop Bang Colour, who paints with remote control cars. Watch him at work. He literally puts these pictures together, putting paint down and then driving little remote control cars around. And really quite good. So check out Ian Pop Bang Colour. He's got some really cool artwork for sale. But this show is jammed today. Fascinating to see. It is so busy, but good times. I'm heading out, so that's going to be the end of my 2 days here at Autosport International, the performance car show. We've just done the sort of schmeeting at the Car Throttle stand, so big thanks to the sort of 100, 200 or so people who came. That was absolutely brilliant. Great to meet all of you and take some selfies and sign stuff, so always good fun. But it's been an interesting show. I haven't been for a couple of years. Nice to come back, see Autosport, see some pretty cool stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed that sort of whistle-stop tour of what's going on. I'm now going to head over to the 675, drive myself back down towards London, and then prepare for what's coming next. And that is going to be me heading over to Dubai. So in a couple of days' time, I'm heading over to Dubai, then to Oman to join Omania from Supercars Club Arabia. I'm going to be hopping between different cars, no car of my own, but some pretty cool cars to film rides from. So this is going to be a lot of fun. About 50 cars taking part in a 5 or 6 day event, driving around Oman, Yas Marina, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. It's going to be pretty awesome. So stay tuned for that. I can't wait. And I hope you enjoyed that quick look there at Autosport. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers. With the quest to find which is the most exciting to take out and drive. These 5 things I love about my Ferrari FF. First,
driving the Koenigsegg Agera R, and not only am I driving an Agera R,